everybody. It is 4:36 a.m. Tuesday, May 27, 2025. And all of you are about to go to the Sharky Scare Zone. That's right, everybody. You're on the Clark the Shark Show here in the wee hours of Tuesday, May 27. Yesterday was Memorial Day, and I've been away from ghost hunting for a few days. I had to do things with the wife. I'm not going to say what it is, you guys. I'm going to keep it a family show, but it involves getting naked. And I'm not kidding there, you guys. I had to. When you get 60, 55 years old, you're doing it less unless you have a lot of money. And even then, you're like, what's the point? But every now and then, these ghosts or whatever these are influence me in an evil way. They do, you guys. I didn't get any calls on Memorial Day, but then again, I never do. Me being Clark the Shark, I'm not that popular. But luckily, as luck would have it, fortunately, I'm very popular with ghosts, plural, not just one ghost. There's many in my house, or specters. They're one and the same, I think. They are beings from where I don't know, but I am guessing they are evil and they're from hell. And I, Clark the Shark, being a believer in a God, a monotheistic deist, if you will, kind of like AA and NA, they believe in a higher power. I don't know if that's how I believe or what I believe, you guys, but I know there is a God. But what I don't know is, why are there specters? Why is that, you guys? Tonight, it's quiet here at the Clark the Shark ultra haunted place. We know he's going to appear there. He always does, you guys. So I'm not going to really irk him or her, whatever that is that appears on my sink. In here is my storage room. And this is where we know there are specters. Oh, what have we here? What have we there, you guys? And it's weird how I can hear them and see them. He's really in this room, you guys. Or them. They, mini, multi. He's not here so much. I mean, they're not really out here in the living room. What about the kitchen? Yeah, how about the green chair? Not a lot of activity out there. In here, there's going to be no activity in this door ever, you guys, but here, for some reason, there are specters in here. There are, you guys. Oh, there he is. I'm going to give him a name. I'm going to call him Phil Specter. Oh man, look at him. He's almost sideways. Oh, he right in my face. And when he has his hands up like that, you guys, above his head, he's explaining, negotiating, or perhaps trying to scare me, Clark the Shark. See, he's in this room pretty good. And one thing about ghosts or specters, whatever they are, they like a lot of junk and they like an unclean, unkempt house, if you will. And me, Clark the Shark, I'm usually pretty clean, but some weird things have happened. We all know California has high rent. Lots of people from other countries living together, 8 people, which jacks up the rent even more. So much so that even specters don't have a place to live anymore. So by and large, they go to places like Clark the Shark's storage room. Look at him. He's like, yeah, listen to this guy, Clark the Shark. He's telling the truth. You know, high rent nearly has put me in the streets recently. I'd say beginning 2017, 2018, I worked swimming pools for a long, long time, and I mainly worked for this one guy, but I had other side jobs. And when they gave away driver's licenses to immigrants about 2015, January, that's when you saw at night there was nowhere to park anymore in California. And you would see crowded freeways, a lot of smog. And you suddenly realize that the Democrats don't care about green energy or, pollution or any of that. They just care about getting votes. Isn't that true? And now they burn Teslas. We thought Democrats cared about the environment. And they don't care any more than the Specters here on the Clark the Shark show. They're like, oh, Sharky, we don't like you. You're not open-minded. Well, dude, I wouldn't turn my fucking country into Venezuela or India by cramming 50 million new people into it and then pretending and expecting the rent to stay $1,100 a month or $950 a month. But now our rent is like $3,000, $4,000 a month, $3,500, and the ghosts are like, Sharky, look at him trying to grab that doorknob, you guys. They're like, Sharky, we got nowhere to go. Can we come move in with you, Shark? And I'm like, hey, ghosts or whatever you are, you can live with me, but you got to pay me. And look at this guy. He's like, what? Sharky, no way. I'm not, dude, I'm a ghost. I'm not going to pay you, bro. And I'm like, why are you guys always in this room? But not really here in this doorway of the bathroom. See, this bathroom, you would think there'd be something. I turn off the light. It's weird how, dude, there's never an entity, gremlin, goblin, ghoul, specter, ghost, UFO, extraterrestrial, or angel, whatever they are, you guys. They're like never really in the bathroom unless I turn the light on. And then, of course, they have light, photons, particles they can use, you guys. But see, no specters in the bathroom. But this room, okay, look, dude, there's the bathroom door there. And then here's the storage room. Bathroom, nothing. No green. He's always on that sink, you guys know that, but he's not there if there's no light. That light up there has to be on for him. So he won't manifest here on the Clark the Shark strategic show where I'm talking about politics, ghosts, anything, you guys, is on the table at the Clark the Shark show. And, a lot of people with increased high rent, you guys, you're going to get more and more specters because these guys got nowhere to go. They're just like anyone else, like immigrants or, me. I'm not even American, you guys. I'm from Canada and Ireland and the UK. But I did come here and I learned English. I already knew it. But, like Gene Simmons, he's like, come on, you guys. Listen to him. Learn English. Get rid of your accent. Dude, you can keep your accent. I love accents. I do. This ghost doesn't like it. He's like, shut up, Sharky. Me, Clark the Shark, my wife, Valita, is actually black. But I only married her because I'm so racist and I'm trying to offset how much I just hate everyone. But one thing I would never do, me, Clark the Shark, I would never lie about someone in a court of law, and I wouldn't get a restraining order against someone unless they really did something bad to me. I wouldn't go make it up with a fake restraining order filing and or fake police report. How many of you out there believe that I, Clark the Shark, am violent and I would ever hurt anyone or anything? Usually I run away. I'm kind of like these specters. Look at him though, dude. He doesn't run away. He gets right in my face. He, who would believe that about me? Certainly not this ghost. He's like, Sharky, I'm going to man up to you because I'm not afraid of you, buddy. All right, this guy's starting to get me kind of scared here. I'm going to close the door. Now, here's another funny thing about me, Clark the Shark. I've been sending emails. Oh, look there, you guys. My black wife, Valita, I guess her family doesn't like me or something. I think maybe because I'm white. Look at the Specter. He's all, you're onto something, Sharky. Here, dude, if you agree with me, why is he crossing his legs today? See, his right leg is going over his left. But anyway, I, as you guys know, have skin cancer. And people are like, Sharky, you could probably work at a bank. And I'm 60. On April 27th, I just turned 60. And I can't really walk well, you guys. I limp around. And right now there's this company or government bureau, I'm not really sure what they are, called Ewing Diagnostics, that Social Security in Oceanside or, all around America hires these companies to periodically, I guess, check to see if people are faking, who are on SSDI. And they already have my medical records. They know my knees are shot, 30 years of cleaning pools, where I was noticeably limping. And all these people were coming up to me like, Shark, dude, you can't do pools anymore. Do something else. And I'm like, well, I make really good money at pools. And they're like, well, Sharky, maybe you could drive your truck off a cliff and turn into a ghost like this being here on my sink. He's like, yeah, Shark. Look at the ghost. He's like, come on, bro. Be like me. Be a YouTube star and be a ghost. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go on SSDI because when you're, you got bad knees, that's what you do. So I went and hired Bill Latour, the guy on TV, or, his legal law office. And they I'm just talking here to the ghost. He'll listen. Most people won't or don't listen to Clark the Shark, but this ghost, he always listens. And I'm just talking to you, Mr. Spirit. So anyway, I got on SSDI with Bill Latour, and then there was this other lawyer. I won't name his name, but he got me a workers' comp settlement for my knees, and then I also discovered about a few years ago that I have skin cancer. And look at the ghost. He's like, Sharky, yeah, I know about that. I'm all, yeah, look at him. He don't care. He has his hands and fists. His knees are bent. He's like ready to pounce. But I'm like, got skin cancer and bad knees, where I limp. And this in pool world was, everyone knew it. You know, there's a place called Superior where we pool guys buy pool stuff, you know, and there's one in Torrance and there's one in Vista, California. And Clark the Shark was a regular, always buying pool shit. And many pool guys would be like, dude, you limp, bro, when you walk. And, you know, word just got out in the pool world, you know. And then another guy once said, what's the thing on the back of your leg, Shark? I had a big blue or thing on my leg and went to a doctor, and he's all, it's basal cell, Sharky. You know, we know you thought it was malignant melanoma, which would have been bad. That would have been kind of like Joe Biden with his cancer that's really bad right now that we're only learning now. But I actually knew, you guys, I had skin cancer about 15 years ago when I had a whole bunch of moles and tumors removed. This goes back to like 2003. And doctors have been telling me to stay out of the sun, you know, or wear sunscreen. So I started wearing heavy sunscreen. And I discovered, you guys, that the sunscreen really made me itch and burn. It almost felt worse than the skin cancer itself. Right here on the Clark the Shark, fabulous talk radio show where I'm entertaining a Specter right there. He's like, Sharky, keep talking. I love it. I'm like, okay, Specter, I will talk to you, Phil. But anyway, long story short, I got onto SSDI, and Bill Latour sent me to some doctor in Hawthorne. He did a full physical. He said, yeah, dude, your knees are fucked and you have skin cancer. And then I went on SSDI a couple of years ago. I was like 58, and I'm 60 now as of April 27. But now I get these letters from Gavin Newsom's California. I guess he figured out that I'm not a Democrat voter. Would you agree with me, Mr. Specter? Here, raise your hand if you do. Raise your hand if you do, Specter. Okay, thank you. He's like, yeah, Sharky, it's weird how Democrats love you when you vote for them, but when they find out you don't, they hire a company called Ewing Diagnostics to kick you off SSDI. And as I lean here filming this Specter in my bathroom, my knees hurt and legs hurt. I mean, my whole fucking knees and legs hurt. You guys, I limp noticeably. This has been going on for years, back to 2016, 2015. And the Specter here sitting on my sink is like, yeah, Shark, I noticed that about you. Dude, you limp. Dude, would you agree, bro? He disappeared. Come back, Specter. There he is. But anyway, he goes to the toilet. He comes back. Oh, he's upside down. But anyway, you guys, I'm going for a so-called medical exam, I guess, June 11th. I was supposed to go a couple of times already, but I got COVID and the flu, and I was throwing up violently. And I think this Specter, or ghost, or whatever he is, this ET extraterrestrial angel, He might even be hired by God to watch me. Him. He gave me COVID, the flu, RSV, and I was sick. Oh, dude, I was sicker than fuck for like a whole week and a half. You look at him, he's all, yeah, that was me, Sharky. I did it. I'm like, yeah, thanks a lot, Specter. Because of you, I missed my appointment with Ewing Diagnostic. But I live again for one more SSDI check, maybe because of you, my friend. He's like, yeah, I'll raise my hand on that one, Sharky. You know, good guy. Thank you. Thanks. And who knows, dude? You know, they could kick me off SSDI, and then who knows where I will live then, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But I have enough to pay my rent. I am actually carless, vehicleless right now, and I was actually not an Uber driver. I was the driver, and my wife was the Uber Eats person. And then she made money, and we would drive around, but we would drive so much that the car finally blew up right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And the Specter is like, dude, don't look at me, Sharky. I didn't do it. He's like, I didn't, dude. He's just staring at me. Keeps crossing his feet. Dude, why are you crossing your feet? He's like, I don't know, Sharky. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, look at his feet, you guys. Anyway, I'm just going to, dude, I'm sick of filming him. Dude, if you want to come off that sink and come over here, sit here, bro. You never sit here, Specter. Over here. I can never get him to sit over here. Never. I don't know why. He just won't, dude. I'm trying to move stuff or... But a lot of stuff has happened lately, you guys. Rent went up. 2016 and 17 were tough years. My apartment that was once $1,100 a month in Vista, California, it was even cheaper than that. It was $1,050 in 2011, 2012, not very long ago, you guys. And then when the Democrats gave out the illegal driver's licenses, then 8-9 people began to live together in apartments, and then, well, you don't listen to me, dude. The Specter will tell you on my sink. That's when our rent became $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month, $3,500 a month, and only rich white kids could live 2 or 3 people together. And the Specter's like, I know, Shark, that's true, because now I got nowhere to live. I have to live on your sink, Sharky. And then, of course, immigrants, 9, 10 people can all live in an apartment, and they can all chip in, as Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom might say. They can all chip in and pay that rent easily because there's 8, 9 of them living together. And you notice that Doge, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and the Republicans, Marco Rubio, you don't see any of them trying to cut the rent or make laws to make rent $1,100 again. Because as we all know, Republicans never saw a high price or inflation that they didn't love, especially when it lines their pockets and feathers their nest. Proverbially, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Am I right or am I right? Raise your hand, Specter. If you think I'm right, raise your hands, bro. Thank you. Specter agrees, you guys. And of course, Democrats love high rent because they're greedy. They're just like Republicans. They own buildings. Well, dude, they love high inflation. Milk that costs $7 a gallon. They don't give a flying shit. They always claim like, oh, they're for the little guy. But have you ever really seen Democrats cut prices to anything No, the prices just keep going up and up and up. And it's usually government involved price hikes. Whereas the Republicans sort of just feed off the misery and they're in the background going, well, Sharky, rent's high now. It's not our fault. But you don't really see Elon Musk and Doge or Trump trying to really cut any prices to anything, do you? So weirdly, you guys, we're getting screwed by both sides of the aisle. And it's just like what Michael Savage says. And this ghost on my sink, he would agree, you guys. He's like, Sharky, hell yeah. You know, I think the ghosts live with me, you guys, in my storage room too. Because they're like, oh, look at him upside down, you guys. Holy shit. He was upside down, and that's a sign that they are evil, nefarious beasts. Oh, look at him, dude, right in my face. He's like, Sharky, I think you're racist. You don't like me because I'm green. I'm like, my friend, you're just a laser image that your movement in the air that shouldn't be there. And my SLS camera app is picking you up. And I love all people, you guys, even Martians, green, aliens from Mars. So anyone that would get a restraining order against Clark the Shark is a real fucking jerk. And then anyone who wouldn't call me must be really scared because I might call them out. And look at the Specter. He's like, Sharky, I love your drums. I play them at least. You don't even play them, Sharky. Look at him, dude. He defends the drums against me. I'm like, dude, I'm Clark the Shark, baby. One of the biggest musicians and songwriters all over the internet worldwide. As many people know, she's a bitch and then you live. White, black thing, baby. No more whites, no more blacks. It ain't easy. Brandy, of course. Are you making up your mind? You know, they do that all the time. Specter's like, I don't care, Sharky. I got talent too. I can play drums. That's easy. At least I play your drums, Sharky. Well, here, dude, play them then. Play some drums, bro. He's like, in good time, Shark. In good time. He's just like the Exorcist. He'll get around to it. He's trying to play, though. I can hear the little sounds, the little growls and whispers that he makes, and it's really evil and diabolical. He's scaring me, you guys. I'm just going to leave him be in his sanitarium. Just leave him alone. Oh, dude, you can hear him. He made a big thud in there. And they're not really active out here tonight. But anyway, you guys, I've crossed over into the world of ghost hunting. But actually, I'm not a ghost hunter. I am the ghost hunted. Because look at him. He's waving his arm at me. Like, get out of my house, Sharky. I'm like, dude, you're sitting on my sink, bro. He looks at me with such an evil, menacing glare, and you can see inside his ghostly, evil, electronic mind what he's thinking. Look at his eyebrows down in that evil, angry position, and he's hunched over, almost looking like an MMA fighter, like he's ready to pounce. Right here on the Clark the Shark show. But anyway, you guys, I moved. I lost my home, my apartment at the Sycamore Ridge Apartments in Vista, California. A lady put a note on my door saying she doesn't, the neighbors say I'm drumming. Dude, you guys have seen my drums just fucking sitting in that room right in here. Why do they just sit here, you guys? I mean, that's what my drums do. That's about as much as I fucking play them. With ghosts around them. I mean, the fucking ghosts won't even let me play my drums, you guys. The lady puts a note on my door. She didn't really say it was because of people complaining about my drumming. She left that out of the note. And then there was a meeting where me, about 4 neighbors, and then the one guy who complained about the drumming, we all met in the office, and a police officer was there with us. And I swear to God, you guys, I'm not making this up. I think ghosts were there too, like this guy. He was there. And he's like, you guys, Shark is innocent. I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't play my drums. The only one playing my drums is ghosts. He's like, yeah, I can vouch for that. I play Sharky's drums. It was me. Actually, dude, he doesn't play them really loud like I do. Look at him, you guys. Look at that beast. But there were like 5 people at the office. And the guy who lived down below me was some black dude. And he was like, he can't control his woman or so. Like, I don't know what, dude. My wife is kind of complains a lot or something, or she loves to complain. You know how black people do. And I just get used to it or tune it out or something, or, you know, or I just go and fucking film ghosts, or I go do some hobby like music or something fun. And there were 4 neighbors there, and there was a lady. I'm not going to name her name, but my neighbor, she came to the meeting, and these 4 people, including 2 Mexican people, they were like, Clark, the Shark is a good neighbor. He doesn't make any noise. The only one who makes noise is his wife, complaining. My wife wasn't at the meeting, you guys. It was just me, the black guy, 4 neighbors, and a cop, and the lady Robin, and another lady from Sycamore Ridge in the office. And the lady Robin was like, I don't care, Clark. We're kicking you out no matter what. It has nothing to do with your drums or you being loud. And I'm like, you're just kicking me out for what? For, you know, what for? Why are you kicking me out? And this ghost is like, Sharky, let me explain it to you, bro. Look at him. He's all, I got a little secret, bro. I want to tell you. I'm like, what? People don't like you, Sharky. Well, I lived there for 10 years. But I thought about this, you guys. Me and the ghost, we both thought about this. And we've come to a conclusion that Sycamore Ridge in Vista and many other apartments all around California, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Torrance, Anaheim, La Mesa, Oakland, San Jose, Santa Barbara, Isla Vista. That's right, Mr. Specter. Look at him. He's like, there's some more, Sharky. Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach. There's a couple of things going on, you guys. The Democrat people like the high rent because it does a couple of things. It screens out the white people. Not the Democrat voters type of white people who have college degrees. It is welcoming to them. But the Trump type blue collar, if you will, those type of white people are screwed. You know, the middle class, they can't handle high rent. A lot of them also have drug habits, and they end up living in a tent in Vista. Or, I'm sorry, not Vista, Venice. Or maybe, yes, Vista. You're on the Clark the Shark show. That's right. Sofa City, sweetheart, as they would say in Pretty in Pink or whatever the fuck that movie was. Or not even a sofa, dude. It's Sidewalk City, baby. If you're white with high rent, you're going to have to bring in a couple of roommates. You might even bring in him, that guy right there, but he don't pay no rent, that ghost or whatever he is, that nefarious Specter. He's like, Sharky, I ain't paying shit to you. And I'm like, well, the hell with you, bro. I'm just going to put this thing See if you can sit there now, dude. Put that fucking thing there. Well, Sharky, I can. Right now, I don't want him in the picture, so I put that there. He's like, dude, it's this thing you put here. I can still sit here, Sharky. Dude, I don't care about your bucket. All right, dude, whatever. Fucking put the bucket on the toilet. But anyway, high rent, you guys, is $3,000 a month rent does a couple of things. It screens out the Trump voters and it gets them to move to Pennsylvania or Ohio or Nevada, Arizona, Idaho, or Utah. And it welcomes immigrants who can live 8, 9, 10 people in an apartment because many of them have vouchers anyway. Oh, he's upside down. He don't like that thing there. I guess he doesn't like this basket on the toilet. He's not appearing now. He can't, because he can't put his feet on the toilet, I think. And the high rent does that, you guys. But you notice you don't see Elon Musk or Doge or Trump or any Republicans trying to make the rent lower. Isn't that right, Mr. Specter? Raise your hands if you agree, Specter. Come on, Specter. Ray, that's right. He's like, hell yeah, Sharky. So high rent, you guys, does a couple of things. It puts Clark the Shark on SSDI with skin cancer, living wherever I can. That could be in a RV trailer, or in my case, you guys, it was at my wife Valita's house in 2019. We packed up all our shit into a blue Nissan and we drove to LA. It was straight out of a movie. First time in my life I've ever been homeless, you guys, where I just was like sofa city levels, not even that. And lucky for me and Valita, Valita's mother took us in at a house up in Los Angeles near North Gardena, California, which of course is near the South Bay where I, Clark the Shark from the Greenhouse Effect, music infamy, am from, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I lived at this house, you guys. I had some money in the bank. I joined this crypto organization in Malta. I'm not going to say their name. Their scummy, fucking disgusting, dirty name. But I took the money that this attorney, the workers' comp settlement, which was about $68,000, and I invested it, quite a bit of it, you guys, into this company in Malta. And not just me, but all over America, all over the United States and other countries, about 63,000 people invested into this company. And I guess in October 8th of 2022, just about 2.5 years ago, the company one day apparently went belly up, and they left messages on their website like, oh, we'll be back someday. We're just retooling. And I think they think they're going to get away with it. But just like Duquan from Terra Luna and every crypto Ponzi, you guys, the guy SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, eventually the long arm of the FBI will catch up with you if you do a crypto Ponzi, or if you do blessing looms, gifting circles, or any of that. Maybe they won't listen to Clark the Shark, my letters to the FBI or the police or whoever. They just laugh. They're like, this guy's crazy. But there will be a tall, good-looking guy in a suit and tie, some attorney, and they might listen to him. And I'm not going to name names of the crypto Ponzi that I was in, but it won't be a short 5'6" guy next time coming after you right here on the Clark the Shit Show. It'll be Homeland Security, the Department of Justice, the Donald Trump FBI, if you will, that may come for you, company in Malta, just as they went for Duquan and SBF at FTX or whatever it was called. That's right, you guys. In Malta, you'll never get away. And now that Clark the Shark is one of the guys involved, and I talk to Specters, and me, myself, as you can see, I'm a Specter. I'm just kidding, you guys. This picks up any humanoid shape, this SLS camera. If it's a humanoid, it picks it up. There's no humanoid here in my hallway, but there might be a humanoid in here. Let's see. Oh, upside down humanoid. Hey, upside down. Oh, look at him. He's waving like, hi, Sharky. There's humanoids in here. He's in there, you guys. I saw him. Anyway, long story short, you guys, I lived in a house up in LA with my black family. And what happened was, you guys, I suddenly became, I got the money from the workers' comp thing from the lawyer in Orange County. I'm not going to name his name. But I had like $70,000 in the bank all of a sudden. And so people were like, Sharky, you need to move out. I'll put this back here, dude, see what he does. And so I went around trying to move out. I went to Hawthorne, Gardena, El Segundo, Torrance. And these guys and gals were like, it's $3,000 a month. This was just for a 1-bedroom, you guys. And they're like, it's first and last plus security deposit. So I really went on a bargain hunt looking for studios, just any place. And, I found some for like $1,900 that weren't even a 1-bedroom. They were just a studio. And this Specter couldn't even live in them. He's like, no, Sharky, you don't live there. And I'm just going to film this, see if he sits here. But anyway, sit there, dude. But anyway, I lived. Wow, there's nothing over here. Just zero. Oh, man. Siffy. Give him something to sit on. Dude, you in here, come out here. Sit there. I want you to sit there. But, oh, there he is. But everywhere I went, they wanted, like $1,800 plus another $1,800. And then the security deposit was like $3,000. So basically, it's like $7,000, $7,500 to move into an apartment. And that's when it hit me that these people are soaking the immigrants here. And those immigrants will come up with that money. Because usually there's one of them that's a U.S. citizen, and he'll get them all in there. And once he's in, then they're all in. And then that's how they perpetuate this high rent. And that's how white Trump voters like me, Clark the Shark, will never find a place to live ever again in California. If you're a white yuppie, good looking, tall, you have parents that love you, you were raised well, just three kids in the family. It wasn't like me. I was the last of 8. But if you're one of those white, clean, uppity Democrats, you're going to have a college degree. You're going to have a mom and dad that dote over you. I have kind of the Julian Lennon thing here, you guys, where remember how he saw John Lennon doting over Sean? That's how I am, dude. I see people doting over others. on the Clark the Shark Show. Long story short, I'm running out of data, you guys. Specter is there and I'm missing him. Down to 5% data, you guys. But I couldn't find a place to live in LA. And this one guy would come around the house who doesn't own the house. He lives in Victorville. And he would threaten my wife's sister. He would threaten my wife's brother. He would bug everyone in the house. And of course, he would bug yours truly, Clark the Shark. But the funny thing about this guy is him and me didn't see each other very often. Usually I locked myself in the room. Dude, I'm scared of things, especially of this Specter on my sink. I just stay in my room and sleep, dude, or, just get under the covers and stay away from the world. That might be my problem. But anyway, long story short, this guy would bug my wife, so I would call 911 on the guy. And Specter's like, I want to hear this, Sharky. This is getting interesting. And the police would come and say, dude, quit bugging this people. Quit bugging Clark the Shark, blah, blah, blah. And quit bugging the Specter on his sink, too. And Specter's like, yeah, dude, keep going, Shark. I like this story. But anyway, long story short, there came a day where I called the cops, 911. They came. This the usual shit, dude. Quit bugging the people, bro. And so this one day, the guy went to the police, filed a fake police report against me. I never, ever, dude, go near this fucking guy. Look at him. What's he doing? Never seen him do that. Whoa, look at him, dude. He's like sideways and shit. Oh, he's getting, he don't like the thing on the toilet. Long story short, the guy made up a fake police report. I didn't do anything to this guy. Never talked to him, nothing. Then he made up a fake restraining order against me. And he lied and said he lives at the house, which he doesn't. Are you getting all this, Specter? He's like, yeah, Sharky. He's like, I will do things for you, Sharky. You're a victim, and I can groove with that. Yeah, I don't really think of myself as a victim, you guys. I mean, for all my life, I've cleaned pools. I get up and go kind of guy, pay my bills, pay the rent, pay the mortgage kind of guy. And the Specter's like, yeah, I agree, Sharky. But anyway, dude, I lost that home. The judge, who didn't listen to my wife or my other witnesses, kicked me out. And then I lived in motels, homeless. So I've been writing letters, emails to all these Los Angeles government various bureaus, getting nowhere. And that's where we are now. And I'll pick up this story in a future video. And that's how I came to meet the Specter, who lives on my sink, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. There's no Specters out here, but I'll pick up the story again, you guys. Running out of bandwidth. I'm out of here. Peace.